Good morning.
Morning. Yes, say hello.
Hello.
Very good.
Hello.
Hello, thank you, hon. Uh, quickly go through some of the online rules again. There you go. Cherry, tell me a rule for the online classroom, please.
No putting backgrounds, no chatting with your hand, unmute yourself, do not draw on the screen, turn on the camera, pay attention in class, take part as much as possible, try to be in a quiet place, and make sure your homework is done.
Cherry, thank you so much. Cherry, from now on, every morning, I'm going to ask you to read out all of our rules because you wrote them down. Very smart thing to do. Thank you so much. All right, good stuff. Yeah, so look, there are main rules, right? So make sure your camera's on. Make sure you talk to me. Make sure you raise your hand. Please participate. Please get your homework done. Don't draw on my screen, please. It's very distracting. If I want you to draw on my screen, I'll say, hey, it's time for you to draw on my screen. But in the meantime, please don't do that. Make sure your homework gets done as well. It's pretty important for you to get your homework done. Even though you are at home, it's still going to have extra homework. So please make sure it gets done. All right, okay. So before TET, last thing we started looking at was animals. So we started looking at animals. We started looking at parts of animals, adaptations. So Steve, what is an adaptation?
I know. It's some acting of plant or animal to survive.
Yeah, good job. Well done. To survive. An adaptation is something that allows an animal to survive where it lives in its environment. Okay. Canning, tell me a part of an animal that helps it survive. Something that helps an animal survive where it lives.
We use our hand to
Play
take some.
with your hair. Pick up something, right? Okay, yeah, to pick up something. Okay, you use your hands to pick up things. Tell me something else.
Your lungs.
Your lungs. Okay. What do your lungs do?
Lungs help you breathe.
Yeah, they help us breathe, right? They help us breathe and they bring oxygen inside our bodies. We need oxygen to survive. Okay, good job. Let's go. Pumpkin.
Your eyes.
Your eyes.
So you can see what something happen.
You can see what's going on around you. Good job. Me, quickly.
Mouth.
Mouth. Z. Trixie.
Our ability to walk on 2 feet.
Ability to walk on 2 feet. Definitely, 100%. Hacker.
The brain.
So there are, we could do this all day, right? All day. There are many parts of a human body that are adaptations. In fact, pretty much everything that you have, you use, you look like part of your adaptations. I'm going to share my screen with you, okay? And look at that in a little bit more detail. I'll try phrase it this way. So an adaptation is something that allows you to survive, or how an animal has changed, the way it looks, or even what it does, and that lets it survive. Okay. Now, for this section, what we're going to do is we're going to only talk about the outside stuff, the way an animal looks. We call that physical adaptation. So physical. So the way something looks, we call that a physical adaptation. For a human, it can be your hair. All of these have a purpose, right? They do something. They have a job. They have a function. Your eyes that you see, your nose that you smell, your mouth that you taste, your teeth that you cut teeth, your ears that you hear. All right. Even this idea of a beard. And what do you think? Why do people grow beards? Do you think this keeps me warmer or colder?
It's hot.
Warmer.
Warmer.
It's going to keep me warmer. Even the idea of hair and a beard, it's all to keep you that little bit warmer. So everything apart, and pretty much every part of an animal is part of an adaptation. Some are a bit more special than others. You take this idea of a camel, right? Take the idea of a camel. Look at the shape of a camel. A camel's a pretty weird shape. It looks like a horse that kind of got picked up. These two strange humps and these really weird ears and this super long neck and these big fat knees. And it's also got really long eyelashes, and it's also got these really, really big feet. Oh, do that. They all have a point. They all have a reason. And it's all because of where the animal lives. So this idea, animals react or change based on their environment. So the way they look, what they do, changes because of where they live. Let's take that idea again. Have a look at the camel. And tell me, why does a camel have
what?
humps? Why does a camel have humps?
Because the humps of the camel store fat and water for it to move along long distances.
Yeah, cool, good job. Lucy, why does a camel have big feet?
The big feet help them to walk for a long time in the desert.
They walk for a long time in the desert, right? So the desert is hot, the sand is hot. The bigger their feet are, the easier it will be for them to walk in the desert. Lily, why do you think camels have really long eyelashes?
Oh, I think it is to prevent them from like the sandstorm.
It basically stops them from getting sand in their eyes. Your eyelashes are the same. Your eyelashes are made to stop things from getting into your eyes. A camel has extra long ones because of where they live. So that's basically a quick idea, right, about adaptation. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the idea of external structures. So external structures. External means on the outside, okay? External outside, internal inside. Think about this. Go to the exit. Exit means you go out. External means on the outside. So the outside of animals is what we're going to look at, and we're going to look at adaptations that are on the outside. Now, if you look at the idea of this fish, okay? So on the outside of the fish, you have the pectoral fin, the pelvic fin, the scales, the vent, an anal fin, you've got a lateral line, pedicle, a tail fin, a dorsal fin, a spiny dorsal fin, you've got gill covering, you've got nostrils, you've got eyes. They're all on the outside of the fish, okay? Pat, you said lungs as an adaptation. That's an internal, inside. Can you see your lungs? No. Do you want to be able to see your lungs? No, not really. I think it'd be kind of icky. Everything on the outside of an animal, the external adaptations, the external part, what we're going to be looking at through this lesson. So let's try that question again. So B, tell me an external part of an animal. Tell me something on the outside of an animal that you think is an adaptation.
Fin.
A fin. That's a fin. What does a fin do?
It makes the fish swim through water.
Yeah, helps the fish to swim through water. Excellent, good job. It's on the outside of the fish and it helps the fish swim through water. Hun, can you think of another external structure that's an adaptation?
Like the shell, the snail. It helps the snail protect from winds and other animals.
Yeah, perfect. 100%. Instead of a snail, definitely.
The antenna of the ants.
The antenna of an ant. What does the antenna do?
It helps guide the ant and communicate with other ants.
Yeah, perfect. Good job. Ant's antennae, definitely 100%. I'm going to give you guys some hints, okay? You have skin, you have eyes, you have tails, you have teeth, you have the way an animal moves. All of these things are on the outside of an animal, right? They all help an animal survive by having things, by having parts of their body on the outside, which help them survive. Basically, everything that you can see on an animal, on a human, help it survive in some way to adapt to its environment. It comes back to this question, okay? Based on their environment, where they live. Lily, you said correctly there. You mentioned tigers living in grassland. If you had a tiger, stripes were like this, do you think it could survive in the grassland? No. It has stripes like this because grass grows like this. Again, that's a change because of where it lives. So we're going to look at that in some more detail, okay? So we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but we're going to move on to the idea of how animals move. Tell me one way that an animal can move.
Birds can fly
Birds
by
can
their
fly.
wings.
Yeah, cool. What helps them fly?
Their wings.
Their wings. Cool. What else? Their wings, and what's on their wings that helps them fly?
Feathers.
Yeah, their feathers as well, right? It's not just the wings, it's also the feathers, and the feathers are on the outside too. Oh, tell me another way that animals can move, please.
Walk.
They can walk, right? What do they use? What do they use to walk?
Legs.
Legs. Cool. Good job. Well done. Let's go. Okay, tell me another way that animals can move.
Bird can, fish can swim.
Fish can swim, right? Fish can swim. They've got gills. Good stuff. Again, these are all on the outside. They're all external parts of the animal, right? They all help the animal in some way. They all help the animal to move, all right? Now, when you take that idea, how does it tell us about where they live? Right? How does that tell us? Let's take the idea of a fish, okay? So we have a fish, and we know a fish has fins. What does that tell us about the fish? Where does it tell us about where that fish lives? A. What do fins do?
They move the fish.
They move the fish, okay, but they move the fish in air?
In water.
Water, right? So fins are made for water. You can guess that if an animal has fins, where is it going to live? In the water.
Water.
Yeah, okay. And Trixie, I mean, another way, let's take the idea of a lion, okay? How does a lion move?
It has legs.
It has legs, right? And what does it do with the legs?
It uses its legs to move, run, walk, and jump.
Yeah, exactly. So it's running and it's walking and it's jumping. These legs do this. Now, what can you guess about where the lion lives if it has to walk and run and jump?
In the grassland.
Yeah, grassland. It lives on land, right? A monkey's got legs and hands, and because a monkey has legs and hands, you can make the assumption on the land, and if it has hands to climb, then it probably lives in trees. These are just looking at the outside of the animal. So let's try this, okay? I want you to have a look here. What we're going to do is we're going to make some animal groups, and you're going to see that there are common similarities between all of these animals, okay? So let's try this. Winter, I want you to write the name of an animal that can run or walk in number 1, please. Right. So let's look at these 5 animals. Well, sorry, 4 animals. So we have an ostrich, a tiger, a cheetah, a lion, and a tiger. What can you say about all of these animals that is the same?
They live in the grassland.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna take that, right. Just make it this way. All live on land, flat areas, right? Not human. Okay, thank you so much. They all live in flat areas. Yes.
Yeah.
They all live in areas in which they can run and which they can walk. because it's flat, it's not hard, it's not difficult to walk, right? Cool, good job. Right, so let's try this again. What do all those animals have in common? What's the exact same thing with them all? They all have,
Wing.
yes, they all have wings, right? They all have wings, okay? So you can make a guess that if an animal has wings, it's likely going to be able to fly, right? Let's try to go through this one a little bit faster. Okay. What's the same about all these animals? What's the same about them?
They live in the ocean.
Sorry, say again.
They live in the ocean.
They all live in the ocean, okay? Now, if you think about all of them, right? So, the octopus is a bit of a fun one. Okay, but they all live in the ocean. So the goldfish, the dolphin, the shark, the whale, they all have fins. Do octopi have fins? No. Octopi have like a jet, like a plane. They suck in water and then they fire the water back out. So they all have special skin to keep them warm in the ocean as well. I'm going to move on quickly, but you see what we're trying to get at here is that similarities between animals can help tell you where that animal lives. You can guess by looking at the external part, the outside of an animal, where the animal is, because that's what it's adapted to survive to. We talk about adaptation. Adaptation helps you survive in special environments. That's one way. If you look at the way an animal moves, you can guess the environment that that animal lives in. So, I'm going to have a quick look at your book, okay? So page 288. We kind of had a look at this quickly the last day, but we quickly go through question 4 here together, okay? Animals are adapted or fit well to the environments in which they live. You have external, outside, body parts that help them move about on land, in the air, or through the water. So look at this. Lamay, where does the okapi live?
Land.
Land. How do you know it's land?
Because it have leg.
Yeah, land, because it's got legs. Cool, good stuff. Katie, what about the fly? Where do you think the fly lives?
Air.
In the air. Yeah, it's a fly. Imagine fly lives in the air. If it lived in the sea, you'd call it a swim, and if it lived on the land, you'd call it a walk. Oh, tell me, where does the penguin live?
Penguin live on land.
In land, right? And
What?
what else? Land. It's.
What?
I would say it's both, right? I would say it's land and water. Penguin's kind of special, right? These special fins or these special wings on its side, which help it move through water really fast, but it's also got legs because it lives on land as well. So, kind of special in that case. Now, don't worry, we've done that already. Okay, we're gonna move on to the idea of teeth. Teeth are another external structure, which can tell us about where an animal lives, what it's eating, and it can tell us more about it, right? So let's take this idea of the bottom left. So Lily, what does a crocodile eat?
I think it eats meat.
Okay, how can you tell that it eats meat?
I'll look at its teeth because if the teeth is sharp, the crocodile can tear the prey.
Yeah, can tear the meat. Yeah, good job. Katie, what about the hamster? What do you think the hamster eats?
Seeds?
Yeah, seeds. Perfect. Good job. Hamsters probably eat seeds. Seeds can be hard, right? It can be difficult to break. A hamster has long, kind of sharp, flat teeth. Can it break them? Yes, it can. Okay, and what about the very beautiful zebra? What do you think the zebra eats?
Zebra eats grass.
You can tell that the zebra eats things like this because it's got flat teeth that help it chew. And this one's a bit of a tricky question. Rosie, it's called a name will help. It's called a vampire fish. Okay. What do you think a vampire fish eats?
I don't have any idea.
Pat, what do you think the vampire fish eat?
Blood.
Blood? Kind of.
I think because vampires eat
Yeah, I
blood.
know, but they kind of
I think they suck fluids out of other fish.
not necessarily fluids, but what they'll do is they'll attach themselves to the dead body of a different animal, and they will slowly take off bits of the meat from the animal that's dead already. It's also called a hackfish as well. Hack means to take off slowly. They're really scary looking things. I put it there because I thought it was funny, scary. So again, you can guess where these animals live based on their teeth and their teeth alone, right? You take the sharp teeth of the crocodile, you think, okay, well, it has to live somewhere where there's other animals where it can tear the meat. Hamsters have these long, kind of sharp, small teeth that help them nibble and gnaw at things. Zebra have these strange looking, kind of human-like teeth where they have these long, flat teeth at the very start because it helps them cut and grind up grass. The vampire fish have these suckers that help them take off bits of flesh and bits of meat at any particular time as well. So again, it's all based on external parts. The outside parts of the animal help it survive. So let's think about it again. How do teeth help animals survive in their environment? Who can give me an answer for that? What do teeth do? How do teeth help animals survive?
To eat,
Yeah, but what else? What? Take a lion, take a tiger.
to kill some animal.
Yeah, to kill their prey, right? Use their teeth to kill their prey. Okay? The teeth are very helpful. They're super beneficial. You take the idea of, say, zebra again, right? Zebra has these teeth which help them cut and grind up grass so they can chew and eat the grass. Have sharp teeth of alligator. Yes, it helps them eat, but it also helps them kill their prey to make sure that they can get food. You take the idea of the hamster. The hamster has sharp teeth because it eats things which are a little bit hard. Without it having sharp teeth, it would not be able to survive because it would not be able to break nuts. So yes, teeth help you eat. The question is, what is it helping you eat? How does it actually help you eat? Is it tearing flesh? Is it killing prey? It can be lots and lots of different reasons, right? Give us good insight. So it's all about the environment that they live into. There's no point in an alligator having sharp teeth if it doesn't have anything sharp it needs to kill. A waste of time. Let's quickly go through this before we finish up for today, and I'll give you your homework. And there's lots of animals here, okay? You have a mountain lion, very powerful jaws. They've got sharp teeth inside their mouths. What do you think a mountain lion eats? Just by looking at its teeth.
Eat meat.
Cool. Perfect. It eats meat, and you can tell by its sharp teeth. Antelopes have mouths with flat teeth at the front. This allows them to bite grass close to the ground. So they eat grass, so they got flat teeth. These are interesting ones. Giant chew worms, they have no mouths. Instead of eating, they get nutrients from the organisms that live inside them. So they have animals that live inside, and they get food from the animal and the waste of that animal. Doesn't sound very nice, but okay. You also have very sharp hooked beaks that tear meat easily. So the sharp here, like a knife, right? Tears into it, and then they can pull the meat off, and they can eat from there. Frogs, they have flexible jaws and long tongues. And mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have needles at the end of their mouth. They can pierce the skin. Interesting point. Who likes mosquitoes? No, I am not a fan. Me and mosquitoes, we are not friends. It's only female, only the girl mosquitoes that drink blood. The male mosquitoes actually live on an idea of sugar, or a diet of sugar. Okay, so we're going to go through this the next day. I want to give you your homework for tomorrow. So what I want you to do is use two animals and compare their teeth. How do they look? How does the way they look affect them? You can choose two animals, anything from here. You could choose a crocodile, you could choose a hamster. You say a crocodile's teeth are sharp and a hamster's teeth are long and short. This is different because a crocodile will eat meat and a hamster eats seeds and vegetables. So I want you to choose two animals and compare their teeth. Be prepared for tomorrow. Explain what they look like, how this affects what they do and how they are able to survive.